Today we're going to read a second book called Once Upon a Journey, where Percy the park keeper does some iterations to a car to see if he can make something amazing. And it's using a design technology brief to see what he can build. Let's find out what Percy does and how he gets there. And it's written by Nick Butterworth. Welcome to Percy's park. Percy, the park keeper, works hard looking after the park and his animals who live there. But Percy likes to find time for some fun and games. And, of course, in Percy's park, there is always time for a story. Once Upon a Journey. In a tumble-down garage in Percy's park, an old rusty car lived in the dark, unloved and unnoticed, neglected and sad, in need of repair, just more than a tad. The springs didn't spring and the seats were torn, the brakes were broken and so was the horn. The bumpers were missing, the tyres unfit, and the mushrooms were growing in the passenger seat. Left and right wipers, the windscreen had neither. But then, so what? There was no windscreen either. Worst of all, one thing no vehicle should lack. The car had no engine, front, middle, or back. Why would anyone want such a car? No good for short trips, let alone far. But wait, oh yes, Percy has a plan. Can he rescue the car? He thinks he can. He'll mend it and repair it inside and out. And whatever's not needed, well, he'll just do without. But there's still no engine. Is the plan doomed to fail? No. Who needs an engine when the wind fills your sail? There's the car. Swoosh! Percy's sailing car came leaping over the hill. Way, the rabbit squealed. We're going camping! We're going camping! Yes, we are, said Percy. And tonight I think we could sleep under the stars. Do we have to? A squirrel asked. I like my bed and I don't like the dark. Oh dear, said Percy. But it's dark everywhere at night. Yes, but my dark, said the squirrel. I see, said Percy. Well, tonight we might be lucky. Wildwood Heath is famous for its glowworms. Glowworms? What are they? The squirrel asked. Glowworms are wonderful. Percy broke off. Badger, pull that nice rope, nice and tight. Aye, aye, Captain, the badger answered. See, he's made a car like a boat. Isn't Hedgehog coming? The mole asked. He's been visiting a friend, said Percy, so we're picking him up on the way. Percy looked up to the top of the mast. Owl, any sign of him from the crow's nest? I'd like to think of it as the owl's nest, the owl replied. All right, said Percy. Well, can you see him? No sign of the little chap. Owl, you've got the telescope back to front. Oh, yes, silly me. The owl turned the telescope around. There he is. Better slow down, Percy, or he won't be able to... Don't worry, Percy laughed. We've been practicing this. Are you ready, Fox? Okay, let's have a look. There's the bucket and the owl with the back to front. Ready, Percy? The fox took hold of the fishing net and leaned out of the car as far as he dared. Hello, Hedgehog, he called. Here we come. The hedgehog waved back and immediately started to run. As the speeding car caught up with the hedgehog, the fox scooped down and picked him up in the fishing net and brought him safely to the car. Brilliantly done, said Percy. Welcome aboard. Phew, said the hedgehog. Don't know if I'd like to be picked up in a car butt like that. It's a long way to where we... Oh, is it a long way to where we're going? The young squirrel asked. Almost sounds like, are we there yet? Percy looked up at the blue sky where the white clouds were scudding along, trying to keep up with the sailing car. Well, it really depends on the wind, he said, but I hope we can have our picnic at Wildwood Heath. It's not that far from here. Wildwood, said the squirrel. Are there wild animals at the Wildwood Heath? Percy chuckled. No, it's just the name. But we might see Randolph. He's not really exactly tame. He's as strong as an ox, and he's friendly, though. I'm as strong as a fox, the fox began, but Percy did not seem to hear. This is on my bucket list, to go to Wales to see these bridges. I wonder if they're in Wales, or maybe they're in England. I can't turn the page. Ah, ahoy there, Owl, called Percy. There is a signpost ahead. Can you read what it says? Of course, said the owl, and she peered forward as the sign came quickly towards them and spun around as it whizzed past. It's tricky to read when the words won't keep still. It might have said Welky Wildy Woo right there. Thank you, Owl. Percy smiled. We'll soon be there, I think. The view from the top of the Wildwood Heath was wonderful, and the wind had dropped and the sun was warm, and everyone tucked into one of Percy's best ever picnics. The afternoon was filled with fun and games and exploring and discovering. Races were run and trees were climbed. Butterflies and grasshoppers were admired, and one mouse was lost and then found in the picnic basket. By the time the sun began to set, the animals were really looking forward to bedtime. Now, I love the illustrations in this book. They just have so much colour and depth. They tell a story all by themselves. I think we should find ourselves a cozy place to sleep, said Percy. It's going to be a warm night, but if anyone would like a cover, well, I've got some rugs in... Percy paused. The car. Where is the car? Everyone looked to where the car had been parked. It's gone. It's just disappeared. It's vanished into thin air. Not exactly, said the owl. She could see what had happened. It had rolled downhill. Can you see it, Owl? Percy asked. Certainly, the owl replied. I can see the bits of it that are not underwater quite clearly. It's in the middle of the pond. Oh my goodness, sighed Percy. I must have forgotten to put the brake on. Well, we can't do anything now. It will be dark soon. We'll sort it out tomorrow. Percy was right. The trees were now casting long shadows across the grass, and in the wood it was difficult to see anything clearly. Percy, look over there. The tree, it's watching us. Percy looked to see where the squirrel was pointing. I don't think a tree would be interested in what we're doing, he chuckled. Come on, I've got an idea. I think you could curl up in my hat tonight next to me. In no time at all, the animals had chosen their sleeping quarters. The rabbits, the mice, and the squirrel, apart from one, snuggled up in family groups. Others found cozy nooks with soft, mossy pillows. "Good night, Owl," said Percy. "Sleep tight." "Oh, I shall stay awake. Owls do, you know." But this owl had had a very busy day, and she too was soon fast asleep. The setting sun sank lower, fading from a fiery orange to a glowing red ball, and disappeared over the edge of the world. Percy lay awake high overhead. Stars had begun to appear. Now there were more, and even more. He listened to the gentle sounds made by the sleeping animals, and he hummed to himself, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are." And then came a very special moment. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, the book's a bit different. New shining stars were shining, not now in the sky, but all around where the animals and Percy lay. Some stirred in their sleep, others, sensing that something was magical, opened their eyes and were amazed. It was as though the stars of the heavens had come down to watch them in the wood. A small voice from Percy's hat said, "Wow." This page folds over, and then we can turn the page. In the morning, Percy woke up to the sound of cheering. "Percy, Percy, come and see." Percy stretched and rubbed his eyes. "Come and see, Percy, the car is back and we've got a visitor." Percy scrambled to his feet and ran to join his friends, and then he understood. Sure enough, there was the car, and standing next to it, surrounded by a crowd, was Randolph. "Well, well," said Percy, "it's wonderful to see you." He looked from Randolph to the car. "Did you?" Yes, with a little help from a friend or two. "We saw what happened last night, and we thought it would be nice as a little surprise for you in the morning." "Little surprise," Percy gasped. "Randolph, you are amazing." "Percy," whispered an excited squirrel, "this is a tree I saw watching us last night. I told you." "Ah, so you did," Percy chuckled. The fox stared at the handsome deer. "Are you Randolph the red-nosed?" No, Randolph laughed. "That would be Rudy. It's a cousin of mine." The fox gazed in awe. Percy licked his finger and held it up to feel the wind. "Come on, everyone," he said. "It's time. We need to get this car ship-shape." A little bit of a play on words there. It was time to set sail for home once more, aiming to dock by the 4:30. As they journeyed, the happy crew worked as one, doing what crews do. They laughed and chatted about this and that, of deer and sleeping in Percy's hat, of distant stars that shone so bright, and the glowworms who made such a magical night. At last, when the park came into view, Percy said, "Good! I've got mowing to do." But as he spoke, the wind changed its mind and blew from the side instead of from behind. And the sail filled again, and now they knew a brand new adventure beckoned the crew. New things to see, new friends to meet, and maybe, said the fox, new things to eat. A squirrel hopped onto Percy's shoulder, now a day older, wiser, and bolder. "My whiskers are tingling. I am ready to go." Where are we off to, Percy? Do you know? We will see things that we have never been seen at the North Pole, the South Pole, the little bit in between. Do I know? Said Percy. I'd love to say yes, but when the wind takes over, it's anyone's guess. And there's a picture. And they're off on another adventure. And that is the story. Oh, but I forgot to read the last page. Keep a lookout for low branches, Owl. Take the helm, Badger. Ready on the trapeze, Rabbits. Hold on tight, everyone. We're going to Kibi. Hang on to your hat, Percy. Would you mind counting the mice, please, Hedgehog? No, I don't think you need to check the picnic basket, Fox. Mo, where's the Mo? Good gracious, how did he get up there? And that is the story of Once Upon a Journey, or maybe a couple of journeys. And that's the end of the story for Granny's Story Time. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.